What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video, I wanted to give you my top 3 tips if you are just getting into fitness. I think all these tips are also beneficial to remember as you go through your fitness journey, whether you're a beginner or if you're more advanced and you've been doing this forever. Some of these tips I have to remind myself, and you know, through your fitness journey, you go through so many different phases. I know I've been through so many different phases. Like first I started just wanting to lose weight and to be a long distance runner. And then I started doing bikini competitions, and you know, I've kind of been through everything. Now I really just train for life. I found weightlifting. That was the thing that really just stuck with me. That was the thing that I found that I really loved the most. I always look forward to training, and yeah, so I just want to give you the most important tips that'll really just change the game for your fitness journey, and just something that I think everyone should remember. My first tip is to make it a lifestyle. So I feel like when everyone starts their fitness journey, or not everyone, but I feel like a lot of the times people start their fitness journey and they just want to go all in, you know what I mean? So I get people, they're like, hi, I'm new to fitness, I want to do a bikini competition. And I'm like, no, like that is the worst thing that you can just start off with. And that's because if you don't make it a lifestyle, it's just going to be a quick fix, and it's, you know, you're going to be back to square one. I know I did that for a while. I really just focused on, I really started my fitness journey just honestly just because I wanted to look better and feel better, but it was mostly because I wanted to be skinny and I wanted to lose weight. That obviously wasn't the best reason to get into fitness, but I did try different things. First I started long distance running, and I kind of forced myself into running because I was like, you know what, I want to do something different, and I've always hated running, and I actually grew to love running. But at the same time, it wasn't sustainable for me, and after I ran my first half marathon, I was so burnt out, I just needed to find something else. And then that's when I found fitness, or that's when I found lifting weights, sorry. And that really just changed my life. I knew that I wanted to help other people find what they were passionate about, and I just saw my body transform in ways that never before, really, from weightlifting. So if you do make fitness a lifestyle, then it's gonna be sustainable, and it's not gonna be a chore, if that makes sense. So if you just like straight up, like you've never worked out a day in your life and you just straight up go for a bikini competition, a lot of times I feel like that can make you never want to work out again, because it's so extreme and it's just not anything that's really sustainable. You know, with anything, you kind of have to work your way up. So if competing in a bikini competition is on your goal, you know, some people make goals like, I want to run a marathon one day, I want to do this one day, and that's totally fine. But I don't think that you should start off with something that's that crazy and that intense. Yeah, there are healthy ways to do different things, like, you know, but I just don't think that's what you should start it off as. If you do make it a lifestyle, it's just gonna be a part of your life. Like eating healthy is gonna be a part of your life. Going to the gym, you won't even have to think about it. It's just something that you do. And that's kind of like where I'm at now. You know, fitness just became my lifestyle. And obviously it's my career and everything like that, but it really did start off as my lifestyle before it became my career. And I found that I really loved it. And, you know, I get asked all the time, how do you stay motivated? And I don't really have to motivate myself, because I feel like going to the gym is my therapy. It's just part of my daily routine, just kind of like taking a shower is, brushing my teeth. Today's a rest day, and rest is obviously also important, but if you just do too much of anything, it's not really gonna be the best, probably. Yeah, making it a lifestyle, I think, is one of the most important tips in fitness. It'll just be much more enjoyable. You wanna enjoy fitness and everything should be about ultimately living a healthy life, and to enhance your life and to make you happy and to make you feel better. It relieves stress, it's good for your body, it's good for your mind, everything like that. And yeah, of course it's totally fine to have aesthetic goals and to want to improve your body in certain ways, but bottom line is you really need to make it a lifestyle and not just a short-term thing, or else you're going to be back and forth and doing a huge yo-yo, which you don't really want. So the second thing, I feel like a lot of people forget this. I even forget this from time to time, and that is to be consistent and to be patient. So first, let's talk about consistency. Consistency is extremely important, because if you, for example, let's say you eat super on point during the week, you go to the gym every single day, you do your cardio, you get 8 hours of sleep, your stress levels are low, everything like that, but then on the weekends you eat like 5,000 calories and you know, you don't work out, or, you know, just certain things like that. Or if you're like on point 1 month and like totally don't go to the gym and eat everything in the world another month, then, you know, it's not gonna be a consistent progress, really. And it's not only in that case, it's in the case of like going to the gym. So if you have a proper training program that you're following, you want to be focusing on progressive overload, which means overloading the muscles over time by increasing the reps, he's having a party there, increasing the reps, increasing the sets, increasing the total volume over time. That's how you really make changes in your body. So consistency is really important, and patience also, because as humans, we want everything yesterday, and it just doesn't work like that, especially in health and fitness. I feel like a lot of people, when they start dieting or, you know, anything, if they start eating healthier, just making small changes, they want to see like, they want to have like an 8-pack like tomorrow, and it just doesn't work like that. Or, you know, I know a lot of people do compare other people on Instagram, and they're like, oh, I want to look like this girl, and like they do a 4 to 8 week challenge, and they don't look like that girl who's been lifting for 5 years plus, 5+ years, and then they get upset and they get discouraged and they're like, forget it, I'm quitting. But, you know, it's not gonna happen that fast. And you really just have to focus on yourself and focus on your changes over time. And you also, like I said, you do have to be patient, because a lot of times too, we don't realize that we're making progress, and we really are. So whether it's on the scale or in our measurements or in our clothes, things like that, or even how people perceive us. Like a lot of times you'll be like, oh, I'm not making progress, I'm not losing weight, like nothing's really changing. And then you'll go to the gym and be like, someone will be like, wow, like what are you doing? And you're like, huh? And you know, other people do notice it, and you might not notice it yourself. But not only that, there's other ways to measure progress, like, are you getting stronger? Is your deadlift getting stronger? Are you hip thrusting more for 5 reps? Things like that. And do you feel better? Do you feel more confident? Do you feel, you know, all of those things are important. But consistency and patience are 2 of the things that I feel like a lot of people tend to forget, really. Even me, like a lot of times I am not patient. You know, it's like, oh shit, I've been eating super healthy for 2 days, like where are my shreds? It just doesn't work like that. And the same thing with building muscle too. I'm like, you know, nothing happens overnight. And if you're not consistent, then the patience is gonna get even worse, because things really probably aren't changing because you're not being consistent. That's not to say that you have to be, you know, 100% spot on, weighing out every macro, hitting your macros to the T. Like you can be eating intuitively, you can be enjoying life, things like that. And, you know, obviously eating whatever you want, but, you know, to a point, obviously. But that's, like I said, it's not to say that you can't have a life. That's not what I mean by being consistent. But just overall, if you're consistent with your training and pretty much consistent with your nutrition, you will make progress over time. So the consistency and the patience is also important. Okay, so the very last tip that I want to give you guys, I think is also really important, of course, but that's why I said these are the most important tips that I find a lot of people don't really talk about. And I want to say that too, is these are the most important tips that some people may not talk about. So the last one is to find what works for you. And this is in terms of type of training and the way you eat, really just with anything. How many days a week do you go to the gym? Or if you go to the gym at all, maybe you don't like the gym, maybe you like to do everything outdoors. Maybe you focus on calisthenics and body weight exercises, or maybe you want to be a long distance runner, or maybe you like group fitness classes. You know, you don't have to do anything that everyone else is doing. I do think that lifting weights and cardio are 2 things that I think that everyone should do at least a little bit. So if you are a long distance runner, I think that, you know, maybe you should incorporate like 2 days a week of like full body lifting at least, just for your bones, you know, not for any other purpose. But some people don't love lifting weights, so maybe a group fitness class with some weightlifting in there is the way to get you motivated to do that. That would be great. And for cardio, I think everyone should do a little bit of cardio just because it's good for your heart health. But ultimately, you do have to find your thing. For me, I found my thing, and that was lifting weights. I really started with group fitness classes. That's what really got me into fitness, and that's what really got me into fitness, into living healthy and everything like that. that was like my in to my fitness journey. And then I did long distance running, and then I found weightlifting, and weightlifting is the thing that stuck the most. I still think group fitness classes are really fun. I was actually a group fitness instructor for a while. I think it's just a great way to get motivated and a great way to get everyone exercising and having fun while doing it. And you know, with cardio, a lot of people, you know, especially in the weightlifting crew, nobody seems to like cardio, but I think you should try to do some at least because it's good for your heart, like I said. But bottom line is you do have to find your thing, and anything that really gets you moving is great. Maybe that's just walking. Walking is a great exercise and it's very underrated in my opinion. But if you walk an hour a day, you are healthy. You know what I mean? I mean, not even, you don't have to do an hour, but that's just an example. Like if that is your hour of your workout, that's great. Just find what works for you, then that's gonna keep you motivated and that's gonna keep you going and that's gonna keep you on your fitness journey. Like that ties into the consistency and that ties into making it a lifestyle, because if you're not enjoying what you're doing, then what's the point? You know what I mean? So those are my top 3, like, I guess, unconventional fitness tips that I want to give you guys. Obviously, there are so many more fitness tips that I can give, and I do give a lot on my Instagram. It's @BrittanyLesser, and obviously on all of my other YouTube videos. But I just wanted to mention those 3 things because it's a lot of times people don't mention it, and I think they're extremely important to remember when you do get into your fitness journey, and if you are, you know, in an advanced part of your fitness journey. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys want any other videos like this, any other certain topics, then let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.